YouTube, and I have all the users and the emails and things like that. But you know, asking me why would you do this? It's either us or them, and things like that. So I was just like, you know what? Like, you don't give ultimatums like that to people who've already made a decision. Like, give me a break. But I digress. Anyway, so when I did that, these other individuals, there's a few of you out there, and I'm not going to name your name, so don't worry about it. If you want to stick with Greg, stick with Greg. If you don't, then you're welcome to you know, still hang out and chat. But anyways, when I did this, there was those few instructors that still, instructors in air quotes, they still, they said, you know, like, we approve, we know what you're doing, and you know, we have the same idea as well. I don't know if they've done it yet, so, you know what, anybody out there who's anti-Greg now after having this first impression and it slides because of his lies and his hypocrisy and, you know, basically being a historian with absolutely no credibility and being, you know, all these negative things I'm not going to get into too much because of time. You know, you're not the only person, so just relax. You know, it's not a big deal. Just, it's YouTube, so if you want to say, you know, screw you, Greg, or something like that, losing a few subscribers on your YouTube channel, does it affect you in the long run? Like, this is life. Come on, give me a break. Anyway, so yeah, there's more guys out there, so just you know, don't worry too much about the YouTube thing. Anyways, at that point, I was introduced to the haters, to the critics, whatever you want to call them there, Greg. They're actually a bunch of nice guys. Don't just take Greg's word for it. Greg's the one that's off pretending to be Mr. Historian and Mr. I'm freaking perfect at everything. I can do everything, and everybody who says otherwise, they just are closed-minded to the truth and things like that. Oh, set them free, I'll show them the truth. Like, whatever, Greg. But, you know, these guys are actually qualified individuals with the knowledge, with the intellect, with the education, and, you know, guys like Suzuki Sensei who have actually performed in front of an unbiased third party. Like, you know, these are guys that he's calling a liar. I don't know. And another thing that really turned me off was the fact that Greg pulled the whole race card, and he was calling Suzuki Sensei a racist and saying that he's racist against Koreans, but at the same time, this is a question that I asked to Greg. There's hundreds that were unanswered, but this is another one. This is a big one. If Suzuki Sensei is actually a racist against Koreans, why does he publish his material in 3 languages, English, Japanese, and Korean? Why would he pick Korean? Why does he have Korean students? And Greg, I'm not just talking about you. He sent you like probably close to you know, $900 or $1,000 Canadian dollars, but you know, that's beside the point. He sent you a lot of material, very expensive shurikens and things like that. And why would he do that if he's racist? You know, you say that he has a personal vendetta against you because you're Korean. You know, like, do you really have grounds to be calling this man a racist? And I asked you this, and I got blocked for it, so screw you, whatever. But anyways, you know, meeting these guys like Suzuki Sensei and things like that, even after, you know, being Greg's buddy, and they're so anti-Greg, they're still nice enough to post videos specifically for me, questions that I've asked, they are answering in videos on YouTube, both private and public, and, you know, coaching me, helping me, giving me a little bit of insight about Shuriken Jitsu, which I've taken an interest in. It's just, you know, something that I've really become fond of over the short time that I've been practicing. But anyways, after I got to talking with these guys, I'm just moving right along as quickly as possible here. One instructor by the name of Dan Bowen, he basically befriended one of my buddies and got his phone number, got pictures of him from MySpace and pictures of his wife, and then messaged him and said, if you don't stop posting criticism comments, and if you don't make a video saying certain things, which I'll get into in a second, then I'm going to post your pictures, your phone number, excuse me, and obviously you know what people can get from a phone number. I'm going to post all of your information and your pictures on a video, and I'm going to tell everybody where they can find you. And he said, I won't do this if you just, the only thing that you have to do is make a video saying that you no longer will insult or challenge Greg Park on his videos and things like that, because you understand that it's only going to get you hurt or killed. And that was his exact quote. And, from that I was really pissed, and I asked Greg to do something about it, and he pretty much shrugged it off. He said, oh, well, that's terrible, and he said, no, yeah, this is an idiot assistant instructor, and I've had it with this asshole, and things like that. And yes, Dan Bowen, he did say those things. I have chat logs. So, he basically didn't do anything about that. I don't even know if he talked to Dan Bowen about it. And, from my internal perspective, the way I see things actually is going down is Greg probably asked Greg probably asked Dan to actually infiltrate this group of haters and get the information that he asked me, Fantasy Ninja, role play. He asked me to go in and infiltrate the friggin' haters group, his enemies, and come back with this information. And that's the information that he got, and that's the information that they use as their leverage to try and X out a hater. So like Greg, you're not really fooling anybody. You say that you preach teach with love and things like that, but you have teachers that are not qualified. You say that, be free of ego and pride and things, but then you're like, just like that, just like that, however you pronounce it. Sorry, I'm bad at impressions, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Pride and ego are shown there. And you call people a racist, but I don't see anybody posting any racially oriented videos except yourself. I mean, you're posting videos that are anti-Japan and saying, I will tell you the truth about Japanese history, and basically what you're saying is that your critics are liars just because they're Japanese and they happen to have actual Japanese records about the things that you're talking about and historical evidence. And Greg, you're no historian, so wherever you're getting your information, Wikipedia is not a credible source. But there's so many things, guys. I'm not going to get into everything because I'm probably over my 10 minutes anyways. But realistically, what I want to say to everybody is, if you have the one side, if you're one of the 26,000 people that subscribe to Greg, and you're watching this right now, and you think, you're a dick, at the very least, do yourself a favor and introduce yourself to Suzuki Sensei, introduce yourself to Scott and all those guys who are seen as the haters and things like that, and see how they respond. Like, they're actually nice guys once you get to know them. And if you have a genuine concern that you want to pose to them, they will actually answer you. They're not going to block you right off the bat, like Greg does, because I know that somebody asked him about, one day he's got his Korea patch on one side of his gi and the Japanese patch on the other side of his gi, and this individual said, well, yesterday I saw that, and today I only see the Korean gi, or the Korean patch on your gi. I don't see the Japanese. Where did it go? Oh, you're an idiot. Obviously, you're very ignorant. You're blocked and things like that. So he blocks people like friggin' it's going out of style. But, these guys are actually welcoming, nice, pleasant individuals. And if you just, step outside of the whole Nintaijutsu Fantasy Ninja cult circle, you'll probably see that. So, to all you assistant instructors out there, the guys that hate me, I don't give a shit. It's just YouTube. But to you few guys that actually supported me in my decision to stop talking to Greg because he seems like he's a few bricks short of a load, I think the saying is, you're more than within your right to just say, you know what, Greg, you're full of it. And if you're afraid to lose subscribers, like, buddy, it's YouTube. I don't care about YouTube, and neither should you. You got a life, I'm sure. I know one of you got a wife. No, I'm not gonna, I'll edit that out. You got lives, you got things to do. Aside from this, you got training. Some of you guys are actually martial artists who trained in a dojo, so, I mean, let's just move on. It's not a big deal. Like, get rid of this whole crap, because it's really by association, by yourselves calling yourself an Nintaijutsu assistant instructor, you're really making yourself look bad. Because you're under a guy who has absolutely no qualification, and whenever he's questioned on it, he refuses to share it, and he just blocks people for asking him questions. So, anyways, whatever you want to do, that's it for me. So, if you have any questions, any of you assistant instructors that actually follow Greg, if you want to slander me, go right ahead. I'm not going to block you. And Greg, if you want to message me, I actually didn't block you. You're free to say whatever you want. And anybody else who just wants to shoot the BS, you go right ahead and you talk to me. I don't care. I got some free time, a little bit every day. half an hour or so like that. So go ahead, talk to me about whatever you want.
The bullet always tells the truth. The truth. The truth. The truth.